What's happening, YouTubers? So I consider myself a very honest guy. I call it as I see it, as you should. So we had this guy come in with Infiniti. Actually, he called last week and asked for a price on 2 flex pipes. And I said, because the car is getting old, if it can be done, come on in. Put it up in the air, 2 flex pipes. I did a quick visual inspection. The left front axle boot inner was open, and the brakes in the front were just about ready to hit the sensors, and the backs were just about metal to metal. So I tell the service writer we can do just the flex pipes, get the okay on that, advise the customer needs a left front axle and brakes all the way around. Oh, I don't need brakes, I just had them done 6 months ago. Well, guess what? Yeah, you do, dude. Oh, well, can I see? Yeah. So this car's, on a drive on, so I bust out a digital camera, put the camera in his hand and show him with the camera that there's almost nothing left all the way around. I just can't believe that. I can't believe that. I just had them done 6 months ago. I'm like, well, what the fuck you want from me, dude? Either they didn't do it, or you drive the car too hard, or they missed the calipers, something. So he goes, well, what do you think's wrong? Why am I going through brakes every 6 months? Either it's your driving habits, or the last place you did your brake job didn't do it, or they did it and they didn't replace the calipers that are bad at 150,000 miles. So I tell you what I'll do. When I'm done the exhaust, I'll take off one wheel from the left front, one wheel from the left rear, put the fucking brake pads in your hand so you can see with your own eyes that it's time for brakes again, and I'll explain to you why. Okay, so I pull the front brake pads out. The piston cups inside are all rotted out and rust inside. I don't need to look any further in the front. I pull the back wheel apart. Pads are down to nothing. All right, this thing needs calipers if he wants his brakes to work right. The bridges are all tight from corrosion. It needs what it needs. You don't want your brakes to wear out every 6 months? You need to figure out why. Either it's the driver or it's something in the braking system. Him and I both agree it isn't the driver, it's the braking. The braking system has an underlying problem that wasn't brought to his attention the last brake service. So we give him an estimate for 4 calipers, pads, and rotors all the way around with an axle. April calls him, tells him how much. Calls back again with some other conversation, so we entertain it. Then he calls back again, gets me on the phone. I forget what other question he had. Why do I need calipers? Well, dude, you're wearing out your brakes front and rear every 6 months. So either it's the driver, which you agree and you're saying it's not driving habits, or it's something else. Well, the something else is you need 4 calipers. So he's like, well, I'll call you guys by 10 o'clock tomorrow and let you know what I want to do. All right, whatever. So he calls today and says, well, I'm going to go take the car for a second opinion. Well, go fucking right ahead, dude. I proved to you with the camera that I wasn't bullshitting you, that your brakes were worn out. I took one side apart, put the brake pads in your hand, showed you again that your brake pads are worn out. So what do you want to do? Have someone put pads and rotors on it and have the brakes fucking wear out again in 6 months? Unbelievable. Unbelievable the fucking bullshit. And I don't see any axle problems. Well, you're not going to unless your car is up in the air and you look close to the axle. The inner boot's open. Fix it or don't. I don't really give a shit, dude.